Hey everyone, so day 3 is here and lots of information to share. The first bit of news is that my calibration, as I was told, takes about 24 to 48 hours, actually did happen overnight, where finally, for the first time, my blood glucose level dipped, at least per their reading, below 100, and it stayed roughly below that all night. And I still think maybe there is a delta of about 5 points, where what's being shown here is 5 points too high compared to the blood work that I had done last month. So I'm pretty sure I should be around 90 while I'm sleeping. Um, what's interesting is that, again, just like clockwork, just as you're about to wake up, your glucose shoots up to give you energy to wake up. And it's just amazing to see how flat it was. And then it just spikes right when I'm waking up in the morning, which is around 6 a.m. Immediately after, I did a 45-minute zone 2 bike ride on my Peloton. And zone 2 is supposed to be a great fat burning heart rate zone. And as you could see here, it didn't really spike that much in terms of glucose. It went up a little bit, but it kind of stayed consistent with where I was when I first woke up. I had lunch at work again, first meal. This time, um, I'm trying to do this thing where I'm eating more of a variety of foods, including things that have color like carrots. I couldn't bring myself to eat raw bell peppers just because I'm not that huge a fan of bell peppers to begin with, and eating them raw, I don't know, doesn't sound very appealing to me. So I had Mongolian beef, some tofu, again, eggs, avocado. I had broccoli for fiber, threw in some green onions, raw onions, and lots of salad underneath this. And I had a latte for the first time in a few days. What's interesting is, even though there's milk in there, which has fat and sugar, it didn't really spike that much, and it only went up from around 95 to 115. And again, if we assume that this is off by 5 points, I think I should be around 110. So that was really interesting. And when I came home, uh, the family brought me back some snacks. Of course, they brought me something that I wouldn't have chosen for myself, which is some tea that had mango in there, real fruit mango, and I think it said on the label that it was 80% sugar, which I never take sugar with my tea, but no one else was going to drink it, so I had to take one for the team. They also brought back some fried chicken, which I love. I didn't eat all of it, maybe half of it. And of course, the sugary tea shot up my glucose level really, really high. And this is equivalent to eating an egg sandwich from day one. So it's a little shocking that it didn't even taste that sweet, to be honest. So imagine if you had boba, how much higher this would be. So think about your choices when you're choosing your beverage or your foods, because a little bit of sugar can go really high. However, there was some bits of mango in there, and I don't know how much of that's contributing to this, but maybe not as much as the sugar that's directly in the tea. So that's something to think about. And I had a lot of work tonight, so I didn't get a chance to have a proper meal or do things that I wanted to do until later in the evening. So I followed with my exercise program, which tonight requires some weightlifting of legs. And I did that for about 25 minutes of deadlifting, Romanian deadlifts, um, and it shot up my glucose level, obviously because my body needed the energy to do heavy weightlifting, which I think my heart rate went up to like 160 at one point when I was doing the heavier weights. And what's great is that it started to dip right down. Then I had dinner right after, skipping carbs tonight, although this meal would have gone wonderful with rice. I opted for no rice. Had some char siu pork, which we know is a little sweet, with the marinade, some roast duck, little fatty on some parts, some Chinese broccoli, and then I had a handful of nuts, some spicy Szechuan style that we got, super delicious. And it barely made a dent in the grand scheme of things. And what is that? Probably around like 100, 105, which again, we deduct 5, so about 100. I took a 20-minute walk after, and again, it's just amazing to see how important it is to walk, because once I went for the walk, my glucose dipped really low, below 100, which is excellent, because if you're below 100, then you are absolutely normal and not pre-diabetic. So overall, very happy with today. Um, I will say the view from what you're seeing here is different, because the Libre 3 app is absolutely terrible. It's crap. This one came from a company called Tastermonial, which is the company that I had ordered the glucose monitor from. And it's a little bit better, not perfect, but at least you have better accuracy of where the peaks and valleys are, and see based on the time and the actual reading. So I would recommend this over the Libre 3 app, because that thing is just atrocious. Anyway, super excited that my calibration is finally here on day 3, and excited to see what comes of it in the coming days. Thanks. Bye.